Hello, hello everyone. Welcome to the DPC SA Division 2 Summer Tour. And we've got ourselves Balrogs Esports versus Ravens. Today we're casting this with myself, Epidamnos, and joining me here today is Wingblade Dota. As we dwell in already, we don't like to waste time. We're already hopping in getting some picks. Wing, I've seen Timbersaw so far get banned out quite a lot, and he's finally picked it up. Is there anything I should know about this hero? Because I haven't seen it in a while, and then all of a sudden it's started to pop out of nowhere.
Well, there is one thing you should know about this hero. I believe he hates trees.
Come here.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand that one.
Come here.
Yeah, I mean, having a timber just puts a lot of pressure on the enemy safe lane, and it creates a lot of space for your own safe lane. Even if they completely shut down the timber, it takes a lot of resources. And of course, he did get one extra base strength in the last patch, which makes him practically invulnerable.
Oh, okay. Alright. I think one of the spells which I thought was... some people thought... I think I remember when it originally came out, it wasn't as good when they read it, but then when they actually used it, it was the Flamethrower. So actually slowing down and dealing damage over time, but that stacks up, I think it's around about, what, 12 seconds? Of just pure Flamethrower, and it's melting someone down. It actually deals quite a lot of damage.
Also, Timbersaw is one of the heroes that doesn't need to buy much regen. And Braces got nerfed to give less regen, and it's harder for supports to give selves, so indirectly every single regen hero was buffed as well.
Ah, right, okay. I actually didn't know that, okay, so pretty much amateur caster there for not knowing.
It's a reason why CK is still being picked quite a bit, even though he got nerfed. Because he's one of those heroes who doesn't rely on his teammates giving him selves.
Yeah, because he can just heal it back, I presume, with the crit. Because everyone's starting to level that and max it out. And Monkey King on the side of Ravens being picked up here. I've seen this a lot. I haven't seen it as much as carry. I'd like to say I've seen it more as a support. I'm presuming that's because of the great vision and the information that you give to your team when, you know, jumping around with the tree dance and being very annoying with the Boundless Strike and stunning people from in the trees from time to time, setting up.
Yeah, I've seen a bit of both. I'm leaning more towards this being a carry. Because support Monkey King isn't really that great against Timbersaw. And if you get a good start and a good support in your lane, you can actually do quite well against the Timber as a carry. So we'll have to wait and see, but I feel like Monkey King carry is quite likely.
There's now coming into the bans here. We got ourselves Void Spirit and Puck, very prevalent middle heroes, which we've seen quite a bit. Would you say that I've said that Void Spirit is possibly, I think, in my opinion, one of the strongest middle lane heroes, because as soon as you get yourself level 6, you can have a huge impact on the side lanes. Would you say so? Would you think he's the strongest mid lane?
Yeah, I think he's... I mean, it's hard to say the strongest, but definitely among the best. And RoboZ likes playing it, so it's a pretty clear-cut ban to me. I'm not sure if... it would have been super great, because they already have two like space creators then, with both the Timber and the Void Spirit. But I guess they could go for a really hard carry then, like the Terrorblade, so it makes sense.
Yeah. There's now the final ban. Balrogs deciding what to ban here. Taking quite a bit of reserve time to think about this, maybe. Possibly considering banning a comfort hero.
So no Marcy ban just yet?
No, we saw a lot of Marcy yesterday. You know, jumping around everywhere with the rebound, which is absolutely insane with how far she can pounce. It's nuts. She flies off your screen, and then of course You've got the rebound. Actually, speaking about this yesterday, which I like to call the suplex, throwing someone backwards.
Also, no Beastmaster ban.
Is that one that you would expect?
I think so, yeah. I feel like Beast is really strong. But I guess they just don't ban either, and then Ravens gets the pick. Or maybe they have a completely different plan, because I would consider both Marcy and Beast to be like first phase pick heroes, but they've picked neither one.
Yeah.
Balrogs probably wants to pick a position 4.
Oh.
It's gonna be Clock.
So they picked that up. Don't know, maybe, perhaps it could be possibly due to... would you say the buff for how he does double damage on creeps really helps this hero now? Or is it just like something that you can just pass through your head? Oh, it's not that big a deal.
It's definitely nice. It's not as big of a deal as on heroes like Batrider or CK when they got increased damage on creeps, because those are actually farming heroes, and Clockwork only like coincidentally sometimes hits creeps like in lane when he's trying to trap someone, and he's gonna kill them a bit faster, but it's still very nice, and in the mid game if you want to kill some creeps it definitely helps.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I can imagine that. But a off-lane pick perhaps for Ravens here, being a Death Prophet. We saw this before, a while back, although what really piqued my interest, I don't know if you've seen this or not, is a first item Spirit Vessel pickup on Death Prophet. Is that something that's common, or...?
I wouldn't be surprised, because they are playing against the Timber Saw. And that item almost single-handedly counters the hero.
Yeah, and especially with the Siphon Drain as well, it's going to be quite nasty when you get yourself some real high HP. And you've also got Clockwork in front of your face as well, which you're going to be Siphon Draining up as well. So 2 melee heroes in your face.
I do have to say that I'm not completely sure if it's going to be offlane DP just yet. Because it could just be a position 4 or a position 5 DP2.
Okay, and we get...
I think that is definitely likely now, because you kind of want to have a stun on your offlane.
Yeah. A funny one here, though, Wing. So, yesterday, when we were casting some SA Division 2, there was a Zeus 5, believe it or not. Have you have you ever seen a Zeus 5 in competitive Dota or not?
Yeah, I've seen it.
You have? What?
Because Zeus has some really impressively shit matchups. So sometimes if you get counted really hard, you would rather play like a CM mid than a Zeus.
That was something that Gorilla's Pride picked up there as a position 5 Zeus, and I didn't realise that because his passive ability, I think it was the static link or static storm or something along the lines of that, which increases your magic damage per their HP pool of HP. So this one is stuck at 9%, so it does 9% magical damage off their HP within that area, I think.
Yeah, it's a lot of damage.
This especially when you're a Timber Saw, that's going to be nasty. I think I was calculating it. So obviously the Thunder God's Wrath is 550 when it's maxed out, and then like 9% of that, if you have a free KHP pool, is going to be like another 280 damage or something along the lines, which is pretty nutty when you have a refresher as well.
Yeah, if there is one thing Zeus is not lacking, it's sustained damage.
Yeah, and he has this escape now as well, especially with that heavenly jump. Looks a little bit like a Mario jump, like jumping back. It's taking us back to the days of when Zeus's old model actually looked like Mario, if you do remember that.
Yep.
You do. But
I love how they made it a taunt first, the jump.
Yeah, I love
like,
that.
Hey,
they made it. Yeah, they made it into a. They made it into a taunt. It was really nice. But we're going into the bans now as Bloodseeker banned out on the side of Balrogs. And Ravens, they're going to be manning out Juggernaut and the Nature's Prophet. But they do pick themselves up a leaner fourth pick. Which, I think, I would say... Oh, Marcy last pick. There it is. Was it in the ban pool, you said? Was it in the ban pool, Wing says. And now it comes out. It's on the side of Ravens. They're going to get the Marcy.
Yeah, I love how we discussed both the Beast and the Marcy, and then the Beast gets banned and they instantly pick Marcy.
10 seconds
I was just a bit too early.
Just a bit, just a bit.
5 seconds remaining.
Right, Balrogs, they still need a carry. They do have the Lina, so they have some right click.
Choose your
But they
hero.
are gonna go for a really hard carry. It's gonna be
Oh,
the TB.
okay.
I think their lineup is pretty decent. I'm just worried because both Lina and Terrorblade, they need a good amount of farm. And Timber ideally would like some farm as well. And I feel like Ravens is a bit more of an aggressive lineup. And looking at the prior results, with Ravens being 4-0 in games, and Balrogs being 0-4,
Ouch.
that worries me a bit when they have such a slow lineup.
Yeah, and I think I was speaking to the other commentator yesterday, Sexy Fat. That is his name. I was stating to him that a lot of people tend to agree
10
that these
seconds
heroes which
remaining.
have the ability to move other enemy heroes are actually quite
5
strong. I don't know
seconds
what you
remaining.
think of that, but particularly, you know, for an example of Marcy, you can actually throw a hero backwards, especially like, you know, in the early game where she can throw someone into a creep wave when they're trying to get last hits. It's not very nice to be playing up against, and it's quite strong.
Yeah, for sure. It's the reason why all of Pudge's abilities are so shit. Because just repositioning heroes is insanely strong. It's hard to quantify, but it's really strong.
Yeah.
And for Marcy, it's so incredibly consistent. You just throw them back. It's like hitting like a hook every single time at medium range.
I mean, you can even
It's
save allies with that as well. I mean, if you're
Just a ridiculous hero.
if you're really MLG, you can toss someone up to the high ground if you're at the low ground and save them from there.
You just blink in, then toss in your enemy. They fixed it for Tiny, but not for Marcy.
Oh yeah, Tiny's another good one as well. We saw that one as well. Repositioning.
So
with the
awkward
toss.
though.
Like we genuinely saw what was it? It was a toss into a pit of malice and a firestorm as they just able to get out, which you can believe wasn't too nice.
Nice. I believe in the series yesterday between the Cut and EG, Tiny had some saves where he tossed people out of Chrono just by blinking next to it and then tossing.
Prepare for battle.
For now, it's just gonna be the Mighty. We'll see what they can do. Both teams already smoked. No huge surprises.
I'm here.
So hopefully that's made it a little bit... Oh, that's made it 10 times better. Oh, wow, okay, I did not expect that. So, I actually had an FPS problem there. I think I fixed it now, because my camera uses its whole of its graphics processing just so then it can blur the background, which is kind of stupid. Oh, it takes up all of that processing part. But it's fixed now. We've got ourselves a nice, smooth gameplay. I suppose I'm just not going to throw my beautiful
30
face on camera
seconds
today. or kind of sneakily change it at the end of the game. But everyone positioning at the side of the river right now. Doesn't look like we're going to be getting any skirmishes, though with, I think, Clockwork will be quite a nuisance if they do decide to go for the rune here on Ravens. As we can see, 555. Hiding in the trees. Oh, looks like there may be a little bit of a skirmish. They're thinking about it, Ravens are. As, oh, the bounty rune just be able to be obtained there, but the dispose actually deals around about 1/3 damage there to Clockwork. But two bounty runes to go on either side to the team. Not much gone on there.
Very stable state.
So you think with this Terrorblade, obviously they've got themselves Monkey King here as their carry on the side of Ravens. That can fairly come up quite quickly, you know, with whether it be an Echo Saber or a Maelstrom. Is quite nice during the but he is against Timbersaw. So you would think that he does very nice against melee heroes, with obviously, of course, getting off his Jingu stacks, but won't they start to die down once Timber starts to get 3 points into reactive armor?
Yeah, I mean, the first few levels are gonna be a lot of fun for Monkey King. Afterwards, it gets a bit harder, so it's very important for Sarah on this Eng to keep lane control and make sure that Monkey King can have a level advantage.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Or defeats the courier. GG.
Feeding the courier. Sad time. So we should see some aggression start to come out, maybe perhaps on Ravens once we get ourselves level 3 on Monkey King. But ahead of levels at the moment. Level 2 already here on Timbersaw. Meanwhile, on the bottom, what's going on here? So obviously, of course, I think they can actually get themselves some kill potential here on Ravens, especially with the Dispose, bringing back Terrorblade into a creep wave. And of course, nuking with the Crypt Swarm is possible.
Yeah,
Already showing some aggression here on Balrogs as they force out a Metamorphosis. The Reflection, just trying to deal that damage a bit there to Death Prophet so she doesn't feel as comfortable with getting these last hits in the proximity here of the Clockwork. But they're going to go for the Terrorblade. Terrorblade is in trouble here, but the Cogs, the Fairy Fire, and the Wand. Oh, but the Dispo's back! Is this going to be enough? Yes, it is. Raven's going to be able to get the kill. One more physical attack remains to try and get the Death Prophet, but Death Prophet trying to deny herself into the tower, but Clockwork will be able to get that anyway. What a nice kill there on the side of Raven. Dismar tossing the Clockwork into the Cogs. That didn't work out well for them.
And now meta is down for 2 minutes, so it's only gonna get harder for Balrogs here. Because I would say this is a very unfavorable lane for them. Just the fact that now he also doesn't have the ace up his sleeve makes this so hard.
Oh, and he's getting initiated on again. There's a few more right clicks than needed. As the rebound is on cooldown for 3 more seconds. Got it. Maybe perhaps they can find a kill here with the Marcy. Is now Terrorblade going into the trees. Just only enough mana there just for a rebound, so they're not going to go for that. They're going to let Terrorblade have a little bit of a breather. Meanwhile, back for the assault and the Cogs there. Actually having quite a bit of effect here onto the Marcy, but of course with Metamorphosis down, not able to get the range. Oh, but the reflection slow. Fairy Fire forced out there. Will definitely... Oh no, the Cogs able to lock in, plays the Marcy. Can they get the kill? Oh, the magic stick. And the rebound will be able to pants out of those Cogs and get herself back to base.
This Cloak level 3 with his level 2 battery assault is really threatening.
It is.
Luckily, Marcy does have insane mobility, and
Yeah.
well, DP can stand toe to toe for the most part.
This was over before.
Well, how things are looking mid, pretty even right now here in regards to last hits. I don't think there's much that goes on in between the mid lanes anymore ever since the water runes were added quite a while ago. So it's usually quite even unless supports come in and start ganking left and right for the power runes. But still got another 2 minutes remaining before that happens, so we'll see if any action happens there within a couple of minutes. Meanwhile, what's going on top? Level 3 on both the cores here. Guard.
Ooh, 1 minute. Lina taking a lot of damage.
Ooh, quite a bit of damage there. Having to heal up with the bottle. Zeus there also. 3 points into the Arc Lightning, not into the Thunderbolt yet. Oh, but the Dispose on the bottom lane again, along with that Siphon Drain. Looks like 555 is going to fall by the hands of this Siphon Drain and the Crypt Swarm on Benjaz. Marcy having a great effect right now with this Dispose, this suplex. It's really nasty to play against now that it's coming to Captain's Mode. Team's still trying to figure out how the hell to play against this hero.
Ooh, Benny. Ooh.
Well, meanwhile, top lane. Maybe perhaps a kill onto the Enchantress. No. Nature's Attendant's going to be able to heal up. And there's the Enchant along with the Impetus. Might deal a bit of damage to Timbersaw. But on the bottom lane, they are able to get a revenge kill there onto Dismar. But in return, they lose the Terrorblade here on Balrogs. That's not a worthy trade for them. So Terrorblade down again. He's on 0 and 2 right now. He's opting to go himself. Some infused raindrops here, especially for this Crypt Swarm. Just heavily damaging him.
Structures are fortified.
Yeah, Cloak is having a great time. It's almost level 5 at 6 minutes.
Meanwhile,
Getting
Terrorblade.
some nice creeps.
Level 4.
TB is just crying in the gutter, but you know, that's life. Oh, again, Benny.
Oh, he may be in some trouble here again. As, there's no dispose. Rebound on Marcy. We've got Wrath along with a rotation here. Also, they actually will find themselves the Death Prophet here with thanks to that TP there from Pamplona. That's now the battery assault. Oh, but the rebound and the dispose! Dismar! He commits his life for the kill on the carry again. 0 and 3 on the Terrorblade.
Rip Benny. He's not having a fun game here.
He really isn't. And meanwhile, it's a different story on the side of Ravens as pushing away the Timbersaw. But, of course, starting to be fairly tanky now with that Soul Ring and 2 points into the reactive armor. Actually putting 3 points in the Timber Chain here.
I think he just wants mobility more badly than general tankiness.
Yeah, and with that, though, 21 charges on the Monkey King. He's really been using that Timber Chain a lot.
Poor Benny just went jungle. He's like, fuck bottom lane. I'm not going there again.
So sad, so sad. Maybe he'll recover, who knows? We've seen this happen to like a Medusa before, and it was really, really, really sad for the Medusa, but you give it around about 10-15 minutes, could possibly come out of the jungle absolutely stonking.
Yeah, who knows? This is what TB excels at.
We do have ourselves level 6 though, however, on the Death Prophet. So I'm going to be able to maybe perhaps push this tower with the Exorcism. But Marcy has decided to rotate to the mid lane. As maybe perhaps they can try and find a kill here onto Lina. Oh, look at all this red. Oh, heavenly jump forward. Able to find Lina though. That was pretty adamant. I've never seen heavily jump used in that way to be that aggressive on the Zeus. Got to really be careful of that though, because it can turn around not in your favour if you're jumping beyond the high ground with no vision. And it's going to be a Maelstrom rush here on the Monkey King. As Dard plays it right now. Oh, that was close. Almost got stunned there by the Chakram as he was on some trees. Oh, actually, they're going to try and go for the Monkey King here. The Chakram just missing. Never mind, it will hit slightly. Respecting the Monkey King, they will actually get themselves back. They are cautious here with TPs coming out from Raven also, so they'll let the Monkey King live. Yeah, and meanwhile, Benny still doing Benny things here. Trying to form up these few camps. Just gotta watch out though, because, oh, look at this. Dismar coming around with the sentries, blocking the camps. Not a nice thing to be going up against here. Meanwhile, though, on the top lane, oh, just able to tree dance and avoid that Chakram there on the Monkey King.
Not even close. At the same time, Banjaz did pop his Exo and got the tower bottom. At the same time, Balrogs not doing too poorly in terms of farm.
Benny, he's in some trouble. Never mind. Himself the stick charge. And 4 people rotating in here on the side of Ravens.
Dire's structures are fortified.
He's being suffocated right now, Benny is. I mean, looking on the net worth, he is below the net worth here of the Timbersaw.
Yeah, it's not great. It's not too bad either, though. He's just 1k behind the most farmed hero on the map, who did get a tower.
Yeah. Yeah, that is a fair point.
Has fallen. Radiant's middle tower
Still
is under attack.
Okay, interestingly, they did smoke near the tower, but it instantaneously broke. They know someone's sitting up on that high ground there, Dismal. Gonna move himself back. What's going on top here, Lena? That's a bit too close for comfort. Oh, that was too close for comfort indeed there. That Observer Ward actually providing the vision onto Lena, who was farming that camp, and comes in with the Heavenly Jump, Arc Lightning, and the Thunder God's Wrath. That must feel really bad.
Like the Zeus.
I think that would be definitely a humiliation. Doesn't even have himself the Thunderbolt yet. 4 points
Don't
into
need
Heavenly
to
Jump.
cancel PBs, just zap them. See Banjaz closing in on the BKB. That almost has his Maelstrom. Gonna hit some big item timings for Raven soon.
Yeah, definitely.
Same
Radiant
time,
structures are
Timber
fortified.
does have his hood, so he's quite tanky, and Lina is slowly but surely closing. Ooh,
Jesus, melted. The Enchantress,
Murder.
not where you want to be. They just completely decimate that little bit.
yeah, no untouchable yet.
No untouchable, yeah. That'll be the bane of their existence soon. As meanwhile now, we've got Timbersaw here, utilising that early spike within his hero. Trying to help his team take these objectives now, but Ravens do not want to let this happen. They've rotated themselves as 4 here. As all of them missing on the map currently at the moment. Hijack aware of that, he's got to get himself back.
A fitting bounty.
Doesn't want to throw his life away.
Go!
And is there possibly anyone else going to earn it? Okay, so we've got Dismal, who's opting here to go the Urn. Hasn't been able to afford it just yet.
It's gonna be quite late.
Yeah, definitely. Quite a bit of a difference when your position 4 is going it compared to your position 3. Oh, meanwhile, Monkey King scouting out Lena there. Does have a haste rune, Lena does. Along with Boots of Travel. Careful there. And Shard being queued up here for Zeus.
Are scanning.
He's 300 gold away, but 2 minutes until he can purchase that juicy shard and get himself that big stonking magical damage. I gotta say, I very like his Arcana though. He's looking absolutely dapper with that Immortal Cape. Makes me kind of jealous.
It's almost as good as the old Zeus model.
You think? You think? Yeah. Could say so,
close.
especially with his all-round one mustache which went around his face. Oh, they may have scouted out a Marcy. They have scouted out a Marcy. We'll try and use the Unleash to dispel that Frostbite, but it's not going to be enough. They do commit a Laguna and the ultimate from CM there to get that kill, but a kill nonetheless. Balrogs will find something out of that. Finally take down pesky Marcy. Terrorblade's starting to get some breathing room, I think, here now. It's actually started to get back and get some farm. It's recovered very nicely here. And opting to go a quick Eye of Scatty. It's now actually surpassing the Monkey King, who had a fairly decent lane on that same lane. Even with a Maelstrom. Oh, meanwhile, rebounded Dispos here onto the Lena. Lena in some trouble here, being Saz. Oh, and pushed back by the Wild Ring Ripper, controlled there from Kara. That was very nice indeed with that Wild Ring Ripper. I actually honestly don't know how that works, but it pulled them back.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Very nice stuff. Do you know how the Wild Ring Ripper ability works, Wing?
I believe it's just vector targeted, but honestly, I don't play too much Eng, so I'm not completely sure.
I think it might be I think it might be a vector spell, so like Pangalier's ability of Swashbuckle, because it says it can create a hurricane that could push a unit in the direction of the Wild Wings Ripper's choice. So I'm thinking...
Now you just press it, and then according to how much money you spent on the battle pass, it presses them in either the good or the wrong direction.
Oh, okay. Is that how it is? Gaben working in mysterious ways. Of course, of course. How could I have been so blind? Well, as everyone always enjoys, it can't be a competitive Dota game without a pause. As a pause occurs, and we're getting right back into it, actually. Never mind. Pause undone. Let's get back in and watch some Dota. As Pipe being the option for Hijack to be trying to achieve here. Pipe would be very nice in protecting against the Maelstrom procs and the Zeus magical damage. Definitely the Zeus magical damage. Meanwhile, Hookshot and the battery assault here onto that Enchantress. Nature's Attendants are not going to save you. As the magical damage too strong there from Balrogs for the Enchantress to handle.
Some nice kills here for Balrogs. And as you said, TV is fighting pretty darn well now.
He is. He's utilising that metamorphosis. Pushing for this tier 1 tower. And Zeus is giving all that he's got with this Arc Lightning. Just trying to take down this Crit Wave, push it away. Even the Crypt Swarm's coming out here. Left and right. But BKB has now arrived in the hands of Benjaz. So could we potentially see something juicy here now that BKB has been picked up?
I think Ravens probably wants to wait for Monkey King BKB as well before they really try to fight.
And they've just got themselves a very early pipe here on the Timbersaw as well. So going to be nullifying most of that magical damage. So let's see how this turns out for Balrogs. They're actually going to go and use a smoke. Are they? They'll look for something. Maybe perhaps they can get around the back. Oh, but it's broke onto Zeus there. Oh, the hook shot. It won't connect. And Zeus will be able to get himself back.
Dire's middle tower has
Hook shots have been a little bit off the mark.
Where are you going?
Only really catching the edge.
Able to oh, they're actually going to go for a smoke of their own. Ravens are. Now they know Hookshot's down. They've got to group up, however. There's no one on this side of the jungle for them to initiate on. So go have a look around. Oh, never mind. They found themselves a clock. Oh, but the cogs. They come out there on the clock. Not able to further pursue. That smoke now broken.
Can't outrun a wildfire.
Meanwhile, how's Monkey King doing for that BKB? Oh, he's actually almost got it, Wing. He's about 500 gold away on the BKB. And maybe perhaps we can see some snazzy things on go. And it looks like both teams are going to try and pressure the tier 2 towers here.
Dire are scanning.
Coming for a scan.
Dire's top tower is
Smart.
under attack.
Hiding in the trees, ready for a TP, along with Monkey King here also. They've committed the exorcism. No, they're going to defend this tower. No, they're going to do something else. They're going to get themselves a Roshan. Stay hidden. Oh, they aware. Well, they don't have themselves Thunder God's Wrath, so they can't scout this out. Definitely not aware of this at all. The rest of the team, though, are missing. They will be able to get this Roshan safely here. Who's going to be in the hands of that? It's going to be RoboZ on the Lena. Themselves an Aegis there. So even though they lose themselves a tier 2 tower, maybe perhaps now they have the up advantage here. There's Zeus just jumping there up to the high ground, breaking that smoke there on the Lena. Maybe perhaps they can find themselves an advantageous fight now. BKB achieved on the Monkey King. So now we have that BKB.
We'll see if they actually want to fight now with this BKB.
It's been a little bit of a fun fight. There's not much gone on. Not much gone on in this game, has there, Wing? Just,
yeah, both teams have been just completely content to just farm. They're like, fuck the viewers, we don't need them.
It's been quite the opposite of what happened yesterday. I think a few of the viewers was like, oh, SA so aggressive, and then all of a sudden they They kind of jinxed that with that comment, and now here we are. It's a farm fest right now.
Funnily enough, I feel like the fighting is gonna start after this Aegis expires.
Maybe. Monkey King. Scouting out. They're waiting for someone to jump onto this creep wave. Dard's not going to do it. He has a feeling. He has a feeling. His spider senses are tingling. But they do scout him out there with the rocket flare. It's now... Oh, smoke. Going to break there onto the Enchantress. Now they're going to come forward. It's the Chakram and the Frostbite. Will have an effect. I think that's a definite kill there indeed. Oh no! Able to heal up! With those Nature's Intendants. Never mind. There's a Frostbite. Locks in place the Enchantress. No escape for you at all whatsoever. They at least find themselves a kill there. Well, it's just the support's dying right now as of this moment. Core's not feeling the pain. I was going to say, this Timbersaw looks pretty beefy right now with his HP. He's getting himself a Sanj. Quite tanky.
Yeah, I feel like he's gonna get fully ignored in fights. Unless he really messes up.
Okay, Kaya and Sanj here on the Zeus. Now opting to go now the Agnims.
I could do with more.
A big item for a turnaround here. See if they're able to get that in time. Okay, they're actually going to go for a smoke here. Maybe perhaps for a pick-off. Meanwhile, has Terrorblade got himself the knife, Scotty? Yes, he has. As now looking to finish off a BKB. And is now at the top of the net worth, surprisingly. Had such a horrible lane on the bottom and recovered fantastically.
Yeah, Ravens hasn't really been able to put pressure on him after the laning stage. Balrogs doing a really good job with having their heroes in the right places.
Both teams maybe perhaps about to meet here, scouting out the Monkey King and the Enchantress. The other side of Ravens here, sitting on the high ground. They have no vision of this. They're going to come forward now. As Ravens slowly entrenching Balrogs. It's now, almost caught the Monkey King there with that dragon's itself. It's now, here we go, the Exorcism, BKB committing there along with the Metamorphosis as well, but the BKB is not going to help Lina at all, never mind, what? They're able to actually fight the Terrorblade! Terrorblade down, the Aegis has been used here as well, Lina's going to fall, Raven's right on top of here right now, but the blink there, going to be able to blink without the Wukong's command. There's now Lina being slowed down here heavily. Where is that Boundless Strike? It's on cooldown, but the BKB committed here. Did they have themselves enough physical damage to take down Lina before she TP's out? No! Lina's going to be able to get herself out. But Balrogs, that was really interesting there. Not actually able to actually have the impact on that fight. They do take out the Death Prophet. But at what cost?
That was really nicely played by Danjaz on this DP. He missed his silence, but he was just in the right position with Exorcism. You cannot ignore a DP when she pops BKB and has like Spirit Siphons on 2 of your cores, so they had to focus her, and because of that they were not in a great position, and Ravens could get a nice double stun and burst down the TB, who doesn't have his BKB yet, so it was nicely timed fight for Ravens. But still, is it gonna be enough? Because Balrogs is farming well still.
I mean, 555, he just went for another hook shot again onto the Enchantress, but missed. Just running around here with the jetpack.
Gotcha.
That's a little item.
Boom, there it goes.
Let's see, do we have the vessel yet? No, it's just Urn for Marcy, but she also did pick up a Blink Dagger, interestingly enough.
Oh, okay.
Now queuing up another Urn, because 2 is better than 1.
Wait, they got themselves 2 urns?
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
No, she just queued it up for a moment.
There we go. Okay, she changed it now. She changed it. Oh, she changed it. So going for the vessel now. Can you tell us a bit? I'm quite interested in it. Is so Dart on Monkey King? He's actually gone ahead and built himself a Milner here now. Is that to increase his attack speed so that he can get himself Jingu mastery a lot faster, and the fact that he can proc himself some more Maelstrom hits on the Terrorblade?
Yeah, it's a bit more DPS. It helps with farming, and the active is quite nice to put on the DP as well. He's like, I don't really need the Skadi this fast because I'm not really getting bursted. I need to make sure that I'm gonna be the one doing the bursting.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Dire's top tower
He
is
just
under
wants
attack.
to be aggressive because if they can't kill the TB, they can't win the fights.
He's going for a I have Skadi here next on the quick bite.
Yeah, it is a very good item.
Okay, we've got ourselves
Radiant's
the BKB
bottom
now
tower
on the
is under attack.
Terrorblade. This may perhaps they can find some of the blink forward. Oh, the hook shot does land on target there. They may find themselves the Zeus because Heavenly Jump has already been committed. They will indeed find that kill. That's a big kill indeed. Zeus down for 60 seconds. This could potentially be a high ground siege.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah,
Dire's
Zeus
middle
is
tower
gone
is under
for a
attack.
long time. And is skipping
Dire's
waves, so that's
structures
gonna
are
help.
fortified.
Oh yeah, as we see
Now
here.
the catapult is gonna die, so it's not gonna be a high ground siege.
Oh, very nicely played there. Kara. So no creeps. Take a
Dire's
tier
middle
3 tower
has
here. I
fallen.
think they're aware of this here on Balrogs.
Very nice pickoff. Got the hook shot when it counted.
They did. It was just really nice that Enchantress was able to cut that wave. Being very sneaky. As now they're actually going to rotate in for this. They want to go. They want to get their vengeance. There's now the blink forward there along with the light strike and ray. The crit damage shrunk there. Even with the fiery stacks. Still quite slow attack speed against that untouchable.
Mm-hmm. Let's see, DP going for a Heaven's Halberd,
Oh, okay.
which is really nice against Terrorblade.
And the lead.
Even when he does pop the BKB, you still have the evasion, and TV doesn't really like building MKB that much.
I think you can get it just in time before they use BKB. If you get the Heaven's Halberd off, it actually still has the effect, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's one of the most annoying things. I think as a carry player, when you're a ranger and you don't get the BKB off in time, and someone Heaven's Halberds you, because it's around about 5 seconds disarm, which is quite a lot of time in Dota 2, as you know. Black holes can turn games, and that's around about 5 seconds. That's now the smoke.
Ooh,
Oh, it's
Timber.
broken there. The TP, it will break. Timbersaw in some trouble now, as now the Nimbus applied there. Also, along with the heavy slows coming out from Ravens, they will find a very nice pick off there indeed. That pipe will not save you, sir.
Yeah, there's just too much magic damage.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Monkey King is closing in on his Skadi, just needs another 1,000 gold. At the same time, TB is closing in on his Daedalus. Same thing for the Lina. So Balrogs is not gonna lack any damage in the coming few fights.
Yeah, I've almost got that Daedalus now there on Lena. There's another Daedalus on the Terrorblade as well. So plenty of physical damage to dish around. Oh, and the teams, both teams getting fairly close to each other. Perhaps they're going to go for the high ground. Oh, Dispose tries to get utilized there from the Marcy with the blink and reactions from Robo-Z on the Lena. Now turning around, there's Laguna Blade along with the Fiery Stacks also. That's going to be Marcy dead. There's now Ravens. They need to get themselves back on this. They definitely do not want to siege this high ground. They've lost themselves Marcy,
Radiant's top tower
but they
has
will
fallen.
take themselves the top tower. It's only a tier 1, about 29 minutes, but they need to be very cautious here.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Incoming!
Are they going
Do have Void Vision, but they don't have the high ground.
Dire's bottom tower
Pretty
is under
scary
attack.
position to be in.
Yeah. As we saw there, freezing field from the high ground. It's really not nice to walk up into. You really feel that damage. Meanwhile, Wukong's command committed there along the balance right there onto 2 as well. The BKB is going to be committed there, but Monkey King has himself enough damage to take down the Lina. That's Lina going to fall. The BKB now committed there onto Benny, trying to hammer through the Death Prophet, but Death Prophet able to get away. The Force Staff has to be committed there with that Hurricane Pike and push himself away the Terrorblade. As now they're starting to feel the pain, Balrogs. Because even fighting 4v5, they're able to do very well here on the side of Ravens. But Dismar, he's back now. Wants to try and find himself the Dispose. Not going to find the CM. CM's just going to TP out, but they will be able to take down the Lina nonetheless. As now Roshan has spawned up. And they're heading straight into that with the Exorcism. It's just expired, but I definitely do think they had themselves enough damage to take this. They're definitely not going to contest that.
Yeah, for sure. This Roche is very dead. And Meta is gonna be down for another 100 seconds still. No BKB either.
I mean, they even smoked up for that as well. They wanted to stop it, but... meanwhile, Hookshot, along with the Cogs as well, onto the Zeus. Tries to full staff himself out. Heavenly Jump has been able to get himself away. They're not able to kill the Zeus. As now, Clockwork may have sacrificed his life here. He is going to indeed. Clockwork going to fall. Meanwhile, Timber Sword takes some damage there from the Balance Strike, but able to get away. Has himself that armor. Not going to be heavily affected there. That was a valiant attempt there from Balrogs, but unfortunately, just not enough nuke damage there in time to take out that Zeus.
I'm not sure what happened, but Zeus actually got inside of the Cogs. It looked like he was gonna get pushed back into the Balrogs team, but for some reason he got in, and that's definitely what saved him. So otherwise his team wouldn't have been in range to get off a Force Staff.
Yeah, because I saw there he was able to get Force Staffed, and then the Heavenly Jump up onto the high ground once again.
So Skadi is finished for MK. He's gonna be going for a Basher next.
Radiant's top tower
Yeah,
is
that's
under
really big
attack.
against the Lina. And even yet the Terrorblade as well.
Yeah, Monkey King has done a remarkable job at keeping up with the TB in terms of farm. Not dying definitely helps.
Yeah. I mean, Terrorblade did.
Actually, he has more
able to recover.
creeps. Never expected that one.
How many last hits does he have? Oh, he does. Oh, right about 4.
Dire's bottom
Right about 4
tower
last
is
hits
under
more.
attack.
Oh, they have the same now. TV leading. We'll just watch the last hit race. Who cares about the rest of the game?
Radiant's middle tower is
Oh,
under
they've
attack.
overtaken. What? 364. 364 last hits. Farm
Dire's
Fest
bottom
begins.
tower has fallen.
Oh, Terrorblade though able to take the bottom tower there though, however.
Still only counts as one.
Radiant's
Still
middle
only
tower
counts as
is
one.
under attack.
And they have themselves a glyph now after taking that tier 1, so
Dire's bottom tower is under
all the merrier for them. Now hammering into this tier 2 tower. That is indeed going to fall, but potentially are they confident in sieging high ground here? I don't think that would be the case yet. They're going to get themselves back. They don't want to do that just yet. It's now, the Thunder God's Wrath. That does indeed scout out. Oh, a lovely dispose there onto Lilina. Taking so much damage there. The BKB has to be committed, but did they have themselves enough damage there on the Marcy? Oh, Marcy is just nuked down within an instant. The blink there from Lina going to be able to get herself out. Meanwhile, Monkey King trying to rotate in here with the Wukong's command. The Battle Strike is going to miss there onto the Lina. They will find themselves 2 on the side of Ravens. With that turnaround there, but in return they lose the Marcy. That was a valiant attempt there from Ravens again to try and take down that Lina, but fast on the fingers there with that Blink Dagger.
I'm very surprised she ran in like that. And I'm also quite surprised that she actually survived. Yeah, they did see some heroes on top, so they knew that Ravens weren't like together as a full team, but still, you're running in blind without vision up a hill. Against stuns, against burst damage is definitely a big risk.
How's it looking for Balrogs now? Well, they're secluded to their base at the moment. Never mind. I'll try and find themselves something here. Smoke.
If they can find this monkey, that would be huge.
He's just jumping so far away with the tree dance. He actually doesn't have the cast range. It's fairly pretty quick. Even without that talent, I feel like he can still jump pretty far. Oh, and a silver edge being picked up here now on the Terrorblade. Interesting pickup here. Is there is there anything you could tell us more about this wing? I'm not too sure what. I don't know if it's to build off. He was attempting to go Daedalus here, but he's actually gone the Silver Edge instead.
I mean, having the break really helps against the Monkey King.
Ah, right.
So he's not gonna get Jingu stacks.
Yeah.
I'm also pretty sure it shuts down the static field as well, but it's not really as relevant. Shuts down the untouchable. Like, there is some decent passives to shut down here. Not sure if I fully like it, but I guess he just wants more mobility as well.
Yeah. I think it does help with escaping maybe perhaps like Wukong's command as well, and resetting for the fight maybe perhaps. I mean, they do have themselves the Thunderbolt though, which does obviously of course give the Thunderbolt? The Lightning Bolt, that's it. It's called Thunderbolt all the same. But that gives the true sight there. And I gotta say, they're really utilising the Thunder God's Wrath quite nicely here on the Zeus. Because it's providing them with a lot of information, like that previous fight where they almost killed the leader. Well, they're gonna go for a siege here. They have themselves 2 catapults. It's hammering into this tower right now, and Exorcism is ready. Frostbite being utilised there to stop the catapults and firing into that tower.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Although they do take themselves that top tower now with the catapults there being pushed in. The Terrorblade illusions, that's something really annoying to try and combat any lane. Oh, however, Enchantress coming up to the high ground just gets met with a Light Strike array. And the insane damage coming out there from the Daedalus.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
At least she didn't buy the gem yet. She has it in the quick buy.
Ooh, that would have been nice, wouldn't it? Oh, meanwhile,
once again, Ravens sitting here on the high ground, in the same spot.
Obviously, Timbersaw farming as the Blink and the Dispos back along with the Balor Strike as well. The BKB has been committed, but it's not gonna be enough! As the Abyssal Blade comes out mid-timber chain there from Dart.
This is a double damage Monkey King too.
Oh, but a hook shot, it won't connect onto a hero, it'll just sleep past. There's now Marcy distracting the rest of Balrogs here, but Monkey King coming out with a lovely Wukong's command. But Terrorblade able to get himself out of that. He's in some trouble here, will use himself that Shadow Blade, but he's been revealed there by the Thunderbolt and will just fall down. Benny, what's going on? The rest of Balrogs have been deleted by the hands of Ravens here, as now they're just going to go high ground.
Dire's middle tower.
Look at the fight recap. In that entire fight, Balrogs didn't even do 2,000 damage. They just ran in and died.
They did. That's literally what happened. It was completely scattered, that team fight, was it? Are they thinking of ending? Enchantress hitting the tier 4. It looks like they're going for it indeed. Timber and Clockwork, they're back in 5 seconds. They don't have themselves a glyph right now. It's on cooldown. That's one tier 4 tower gone. The buyback for Terrorblade is ready, but his Metamorphosis is on cooldown. That's a very nice hook shot there, but going to be able to force staff out of that and just completely dissimulate. The Clockwork is now focusing their attention onto the Timbersaw. He's going to have to get himself back into the fountain to regen up there. The buyback coming out from Clockwork has now finished the final tier 4, but they're actually going to respect Balrogs spawning back here. They don't want to go too far. Ravens, they're actually all going to get themselves back. They're happy with that performance. They're happy with taking those objectives, as they now respect the decision to back up. I gotta definitely hand it to Ravens there though, because usually in that situation, I think that would cross my mind if you have the motivation and you're having the synergy of how do I put it, the acceleration of, oh, we've just taken the 2 tier 4 towers, maybe we can go for the end, you know, like the adrenaline can change you, but they actually respect the decision of that. They actually all back themselves off. Meanwhile, though, Ravens going to initiate there onto the Lina. That's Lina dead in an instantaneous wipe. With thanks to that Wukong's, the freezing field has been committed there, but it's just going to be not cared of at all by the hands of Ravens as they just delete the Crystal Maiden there with the Crypt Swarm. It's now Roshan.
Aghanim's for someone.
An Aghanim's for someone indeed. Who's it going to be passed down to?
The monkey.
Generations from Generations is going to be placed in the hands here of the Monkey King. So now he'll get himself the Wukong soldiers.
Yeah, and he's also gonna finish his Revenant's Approach, I think it's called. Brooch.
Wait, did he, correct me if I'm wrong, Wing, did he just buy this? He has himself a Witchblade in his inventory.
Yeah, it's for the Brooch. It is like the best damage item you can buy against Terrorblade, because he has 66% physical resist, but only 25% magic resist. It's a big deal.
I mean, we do have ourselves a Butterfly, though, coming out onto Terrorblade. Maybe this can change some things here. As they will let this top set of racks slide. Lina down for another 20 seconds.
This is
But they're
mega.
trying to go for the Megas right now. The silence comes out. They're disposed there onto Terrorblade as well. Will be full staff back. Will use the BKB. Now the Metamorphosis coming out. They're going to try and push forward now, but the Wukong's command has been indeed committed. Gonna have to get themselves out of that. CM just completely melted once again from the nuke damage coming out from Ravens. Now the Dispose throwing back the Timbersaw into the Wukongs. That's Timbersaw dead. Gonna have to buy back there. They will be able to get themselves the Megas. The Luke gonna be coming out there onto Enchantress, but now Monkey King holding his ground, trying to take down the Terrorblade, but the Witchblade has taken him out as they find more. There's Lina dead. Balrogs, they're going to call themselves GG as Ravens come out on top of this game. It's going to be 1-0 for Ravens. They'll take this game 1.
Alright. That didn't completely go the way I expected. Ravens actually took it to like the mid game and took the victory there. I expected them to be way more aggressive up front, but looks like they just trusted in their matchups. Like they felt confident going with the Zeus plus Monkey King against the farm TB, because they didn't really put on a lot of pressure in the jungle or anything. They were just like, yeah, you can have your items, but we'll deal with you all the same.
That was it, yeah. And with regards to MVP on the side of Ravens here, who do you think you would say? I have a feeling that you'll say maybe perhaps Monkey King here, because you were commending him quite a bit on keeping up with the farm of the Terrorblade. Am I correct in saying that, or do you have any other?
I think so. Just a really solid performance by him. No deaths, keeping up with the TB. Like perfect itemization. It's like all you would want from a carry to carry you, you know?
Yeah. I mean, he did such an absolutely splendid job there on the Monkey King with, of course, 6-0, ladies and gentlemen. He did not die once on that Monkey King, and obviously, of course, he had the Revenant's Brooch there also, and actually dealt the final killing blow to the Terrorblade as he tried to run into the fountain there. Is that... how unlucky, how unfortunate is that? He was one step away from that fountain, and then he died from the damage there of the Witchblade, because that's the Witchblade proc.
I mean, there was a time where people built Witchblade on Monkey King before the Revenant's Brooch was even in the game. So... yeah, but it's unfortunate, and it's not something you often think about.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, splendid game there from Ravens, however. So they'll take this game 1-0 at the moment, but this is a best of 3, ladies and gentlemen, so stay tuned because we've got another game coming right up. Hopefully it won't be a farm fest, it'll be some crazy aggressive action as SA always likes to throw at us. So stay tuned because we've got more coming up very soon. Don't go anywhere.